Colorado High School Activities Association Baseball is on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network this afternoon from Legion Field. Out of the Longs Peak League, the visiting Riverdale Ridge Ravens are in Fort Morgan to take on the Mustangs. I'm John Beltran, and for the Mustangs, there's nothing to lose right now. They've dropped 8 consecutive games and are just looking to play out the season as best as possible. 4-13 overall, 1-11 in league play. Riverdale Ridge, one of the better teams in all of 4A, just not the league. 8-4 in conference play and 13-4 on the season. And of course, the Mustangs being shorthanded with a season-ending injury to David Keller, but he looks a lot better, feeling better, healing quickly. After he took a foul ball, he swung and hit the bill of his helmet, then into the top of his right eye, just above the eye. 8 stitches required, so he is here, but not playing for the remainder of the season. Let's get to the starting lineup for the Ravens of Riverdale Ridge out of Thornton. Batting first is the third baseman, Austin Williams. The right fielder, Elijah Lofton, at second. The DH at third, that's Ty Thompson. Batting fourth, the shortstop, Landon Brophy. The fifth hitter is the second baseman, Caden Trujillo. Tyler Swan, the pitcher, at sixth. Aiden Carpenter, the center fielder, bats seventh. Dylan Hudak, the catcher, at eighth. And Hunter Hendrickson, the left fielder, bats ninth. The Mustangs defensively. I've got Jason Diaz at first. Jesus Franco's the second baseman. Charlie Langford at short. Chase Reddings at third. Noah Aguirre is the left fielder. The right fielder is Angel Lopez. And in center today for Fort Morgan is Charlie Langford. So Langford's in center, not. So we've switched that around. The pitch, and that's a strike. Opening pitch brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan. So the shortstop is Jaden Carrera. Now we have that correct. The pitch, swing and a foul tip into the glove. Trey Romero has established himself undoubtedly as the ace of this team as he's pitching to Austin Williams, right-handed hitter. Williams hitting .500. The pitch, fastball is upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Romero, a lefty, pitched very well. Got the no decision in the 6-5 loss last Monday against Northridge. Swung on, grounded up the middle. Shortstop Carrera's got it, and he slings it low to first, but it's in time. And there's 1 down. Just play simple baseball and stay in this game. As Romero will pitch to contact. Here's Elijah Lofton. So once again, Diaz, Franco, Redding, first, second, and third. Carrera's the shortstop. Aguirre in left. Langford in center. Lopez in right. Tyler Baker, of course, is behind the plate. Elijah Lofton, another right-handed hitter, batting .482. The pitch is a strike on the breaking ball at the knees. .338 as a team is the average for Riverdale Ridge. The offering. Curveball is up and away. Oh, it's a strike, and you got to call that quicker than that. No balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, if I'm speaking faster than the umpire's calling it, that's an issue. And the 0-2. Swung on and drilled into deep left center field. Back is Langford to the track. He makes the running catch. Nice job of Charlie Langford getting a read on that baseball and flagging it down. 2 down. Good start for the Mustangs. That will bring up Ty Thompson. Romero on the season, 1-2 with an ERA of 5, but it was considerably higher. But his pitching has brought that ERA down. The pitch, and the bender is down and in. 1 ball and no strikes to Ty Thompson. Kicking the pitch. Down and in again, 2 balls and no strikes. If there's any time you're going to fall behind a hitter, this is the time to do it. Base is empty and 2 down. The lefty to the plate, and the curveball's a strike on the outside corner. At the knees, it's 2-1. Romero delivers. That's down and in. Took something off of that. 3 balls and 1 strike to the number 3 hitter in this Riverdale Ridge lineup. The pitch swung on and laced on a hop for a base hit into left center field. On that 3-1, Ty Thompson is on. Here is Landon Brophy, a .406 hitter from the right side. Driven in 14 runs this year. That's 5th on the team. 5th. Short lead at first. And the pitch fouled straight back. Yeah, Romero has been very, very impressive in his last couple of starts and looking better. 0-1 in the dirt, bounces away. That'll be a wild pitch. Thompson to second. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 down in the top of the first inning. I'm John Beltran, live from Legion Field. Wind is certainly blowing as well. Swung on and lifted into left center field. Charlie Langford has a beat on it, racing in under it and makes the running catch. And that does it for Riverdale Ridge in the top of the first inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. The Ravens do not score, and the Mustangs are coming to bat on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Mustang starting lineup brought to you by B&B Appliance with over 30 years of experience. B&B Appliance can help match the appliances to your needs. Stop by 502 Ensign Street in Fort Morgan. That's B&B Appliance. Riverdale Ridge did not score in the first inning. Batting first is the center fielder Charlie Langford. The pitcher Trey Romero hits second. The number 3 hitter is Jason Diaz. Chase Redding bats 4th. Tyler Baker, the catcher, hits 5th. The shortstop, Jaden Carrera, bats 6th. The DH hits 7th. That's Alan Nevades. Angel Lopez bats 8th, and Jesus Franco is going to be hitting in the 9th position. Josh Weber's at first for Riverdale Ridge. Caden Trujillo at second. Austin Williams is the third baseman. Landon Brophy at short. In left, it's Hunter Hendrickson. Aiden Carpenter in center. Elijah Lofton in right. Dylan Hudak behind the plate. Tyler Swan is on the mound. Fouled off to the right by Charlie Langford. Swan at 1-1 with an ERA of 1. Langford having a big season offensively, hitting .429. Swung on and grounded to second and backing up and playing it off his glove, picking up, throwing to first, and just in time. On a nice play made by Caden Trujillo, there's 1 down. Had some hesitancy, but then did enough to knock the ball down. And it helps to play second, a shorter throw. Trey Romero hitting .333. The pitch from the right-hander is a fastball for a strike on the outer half at the knees. Mustangs will be in Thornton to face Riverdale Ridge on Thursday. And the offering. And that fastball is up and away. The count levels at 1 ball and 1 strike. No score, bottom of the first inning. Laying down the sign is Hudak. The pitch swung on and fouled off to the left and out of play. A ball and 2 strikes. And if these pitchers throw as effectively as they've been, Swan the whole season and Romero in his last couple of starts, this will be a nice, quick-moving game. The pitch swung on and chopped over the mound, headed for center field. Fielded by the shortstop. Throw to first is going to be late. Landon Brophy made a heck of a play behind the bag. And that was a bang-bang play, but Romero beats it out. It's an infield hit. There should be a courtesy runner. Is there not? Well, maybe not. Yep, here we go. Joseph Layden, not in the starting lineup today, as the courtesy runner. Jason Diaz homered. And the doubleheader Not in both games, but just in one game. A junior hitting .261. Lots of young players getting time today. The pitch. Breaking ball is swung on and lifted to right field. Elijah Lofton is coming in. Second baseman goes out. Trujillo makes the catch. Back to first is Layden, 2 down. That was in no man's land, but Trujillo chased it down. And that will bring up the number 4 hitter, Chase Redding. He also went deep in game 1. Same game that Diaz hit a home run. Redding in the cleanup position, hitting .225. Mustangs hitting .255 as a team. The stretch by the right-hander, Swan, the pitch. Breaking ball, bounces in, blocked by Hudak. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 out, a man at first. Hudak lays down the sign, setting up at the outside corner of the pitch. Swung on and fouled to the backstop. Went with a fastball over the middle of the plate. 1-1 to Chase Redding. Man, what a day, by the way. Yeah, the wind blowing again, but not at 65 degrees. Warmer than that. Swung on and fouled off to the right. 71 degrees at first pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Chase Redding. Off of first is Layden. 2-step lead. The pitch, runner goes. Called strike 3, fastball outside corner. And that does it for the Mustangs in the bottom of the first inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. Same situation as Riverdale Ridge had in the top of the first. We head to the second, no score on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. I'm John Beltran. Let's head to the second inning from Legion Field. No score, Fort Morgan and Riverdale Ridge. If you're in the area, great baseball game, and the concession stand is open. We'll highlight 1 concession stand item per half inning. Not necessarily what you would expect. I'm not going to talk much about hamburgers and hot dogs. And the pitch, the breaking ball is there for a strike, but it must have been high because it was called a strike last inning. Now it's a ball to Caden Trujillo. So we'll figure out the strike zone momentarily. The offering, change up, a strike on the inside corner. A ball and a strike. The second baseman, Trujillo, having a nice season at the plate. The pitch, swung on and fouled off to the right. Hitting .341. Amongst the concession stand items, Laffy Taffy. The pitch, in the dirt with a breaking ball. An American brand of taffy candies produced by the Ferrara Candy Company, a subsidiary of Ferrero. It is 2-2 to Trujillo. Down and in with a fastball, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The candies are small, individually wrapped taffy rectangles available in a variety of colors and artificial fruit flavors: banana, strawberry, green apple, grape, blueberry, watermelon, blues, raspberry, and cherry. Swung on and fouled off to the right. Remains at 3-2 to Caden Trujillo. To lead off the second, rarer flavors include caramel apple, coconut, strawberries and cream, apple crisp, chocolate mousse, pumpkin donut, pineapple, guava, orange sorbet, and lemon raspberry. Laffy Taffy now available at the Fort Morgan Mustang Baseball concession stand. 3-2. Curveball is upstairs. It's a walk. Good pitch, but left it high. The opposing pitcher, Tyler Swan, will now bat. Swan hitting .275. The stretch. And the pitch. Fastball there for a strike. On the inner half at the knees, it's 0-1. We'll highlight another concession stand item a little bit later on. Stretch by Romero at the belt, the offering. Swung on and chopped on 2 hops to Romero. He's going to throw to first for the easier out. Would have been a longer throw to second. He retires Swan. To second is Trujillo, 1 down. Yeah, that was a smart play. Was not hit hard enough Would have been a very close play at second. Might as well make the sure play. And here is Aiden Carpenter, batting .556, but in only 11 plate appearances. Another right-handed hitter for Riverdale Ridge. Open stance, the stretch. Trujillo off of second. The offering. The breaking ball bounces in. 1 ball and no strikes. No score in the top of the second inning. Riverdale Ridge and Fort Morgan in Fort Morgan. And the pitch. And that one bounces in, but Baker blocks it nicely, 2-0. I'm not sure how to get a wind reading on my phone. I got to be better at that. Let's see. 2 balls and no strikes. Stepping off is Romero. It says about 19 miles an hour. That's pretty moderate. The offering. Curveball is right there for a strike at the knees. 2 balls and 1 strike to Aiden Carpenter. Romero again looking back. Coming home. Fastball is up and away. He already walked Trujillo to begin the inning. And now 3-1. And on deck is Dylan Hudak. Well, you've got a base open, so you don't have to get this guy. Swung on, grounded right side. To his left is Lopez. He fields, throws to first for the out. That's a nice play by Franco. Check that. Lopez in right field. Franco makes the play. 2 down. And that ball was rolled out there, but Franco had to go a long way to his left to make the play. Advancing to third is Trujillo. Here's Dylan Hudak. Hudak with no batting average. The breaking ball's a strike. He's 0 for 7 this year. So you've got him in an ideal situation. If you're Baker, you got to block everything. The 0-1 curveball is on the outside corner for a strike. Beautiful pitch at 0-2. Now you need the out pitch. Romero delivers. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Tyler Baker. He strikes out Hudak on 3 pitches, and that does it in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left at third. An inning and a half are in the books. Fort Morgan, nothing. Riverdale Ridge, nothing. On B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Mustangs are looking to snap an 8-game losing streak. No score at home against Riverdale Ridge, a team that has won 13 games this season. They're the complete opposite of Fort Morgan. They're 13-4. The Mustangs are 4-13. And going shorthanded without David Keller, done for the season with the injury above his eye, suffered during the second half of the doubleheader on Saturday against Roosevelt. Tyler Baker hitting out of the 5-hole. Batting 179, swing and a miss on a pitch down and in. Yeah, the Mustangs have got to get it done with pitching and defense. Offense is not their strength. Swung on and grounded sharply to second, but Trujillo with an easy play to first. It was hit right at him, and he throws out Baker 1 down. That'll bring up Jaden Carrera, and the Mustangs already, even against weaker pitching, have struggled at Legion Field this season. 3-4 against Roosevelt on Saturday. They were shut out by Frederick, limited to a run by Mountain View. And the pitch, swing and a miss and a fastball above the letters to Carrera, a freshman hitting .219. And the offering, foul to the backstop, just a straight fastball thrown by the right-hander Tyler Swan. No balls and 2 strikes. He's not messing around either. He's thrown 15 pitches. 13 of those have been strikes. The pitch swung on and lifted into right field, but a routine play. Elijah Lofton barely has to move, and he makes the grab. 2 down. Well, the Mustangs are at least putting it in play. Both pitchers have one strikeout. Alan Nevarez has a total of 2 plate appearances this season, 0 for 1. As he bats with 2 down and the bases empty, fastball is way outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Thanks to all of our sponsors, we get through them during the game. Way outside again with a fastball. 2-0 from Tyler Swan. Look for a strike here. Nope, it's upstairs. It's amazing. You face a guy who's barely been at the plate this year. You've thrown nothing but strikes, and now you can't find it. 3-0 pitch, and that one went behind him on a fastball. Swan just lost it on 4 pitches. That'll send up Angel Lopez, batting .286. Only a sophomore. So in today's lineup, you only have 2 seniors, Redding and Baker. The rest are underclassmen. A lot more seniors there for Riverdale Ridge. The pitch swung on and hit in the air to center field. That's got some carry to it. Way back, and the wind knocks it down as the catch is made by Aiden Carpenter, and that ends the frame for Fort Morgan. A man left. No runs and no hits in the inning. We head to the 3rd. No score, Fort Morgan and Riverdale Ridge on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's hit to the top of the 3rd inning. No score, Fort Morgan and Riverdale Ridge from Fort Morgan. Also available at the Fort Morgan Baseball concession stand, Ring Pops, a brand of fruit-flavored lollipops manufactured by the Bazooka Companies. They're in the form of a wearable plastic ring with a large hard candy jewel and come in an assortment of flavors and colors. I'm going to confirm that that is being sold. Here's Hunter Hendrickson. No score. Scoring to bunt, and he fouls it to the screen. I thought I saw that there, but let me not jump the gun. No balls and 1 strike. Hendrickson batting .270. Another right-handed hitter. Let's see, did I see Ring Pops there? The pitch. Upstairs. Maybe I'm making that up. Nope, I'm not. Okay, it's available for $1. Whew. Dodge that bullet. The pitch. And the bender is low. 2-1. Ring Pop flavors have expanded into an array of flavors. Blue raspberry, strawberry, watermelon, lime, and apple. 2-1 pitch. Swung on, grounded for a base hit into right field. And that's all it was, a ground ball hit in the right spot by Hunter Hendrickson. Austin Williams grounded to the shortstop. Carrera in the first. That would be nice if he did that now. Maybe it would start a 6-4-3 double play. Neither team has scored in the first 2 innings. Romero at the belt. And to the plate. Strike at the knees with a fastball. Took something off it. On the inner half, it's 0-1. We'll be in Thornton on Thursday. 3 of the final 5 games will be on the road. The pitch. Breaking ball is popped up into shallow right field. Angel Lopez drops the ball, and now he's going to have to throw to second for the force. And do they get it? They don't. Oh, my gosh. You got to make basic plays like that. What are you doing? Oh. I mean, that nothing with the wind or anything. I mean, that's... I don't know how he dropped that ball. I have no idea. You look like he used 2 hands and still dropped the ball. First error committed by Fort Morgan. Here's Elijah Lofton. And the breaking ball's a strike. I mean, that's a 4th grade play. I'm sorry. You got to make that catch, and Lopez is a much better player than that. You cannot drop that easy of a ball. And the pitch. Fastball, a strike on the outside corner at the knees. It's hard for Romero to pitch out of this. A ground ball for a base hit. Then an easy pop-up that Lopez, I'm sure, catches 99 times out of 100. The pitch swung on and fouled off to the right. Lofton's fly ball in the first inning was in a deep left center. I mean, you just hate to see Romero pitch this well, and then you don't get the support on easy plays. The stretch, looking back. The pitch swung on and grounded to second. Could be two. Franco flips to second for one. Carrera to first, and that's going to be late. And that could have been, again, a two-out situation with a man on base. Fielder's choice 4-6. Runners at the corners. And one down for Ty Thompson. He had a base hit his first at bat. Riverdale Ridge has 2 hits. The Mustangs have 1. Yeah, let's call from here on out 2 errors or less the entire game to stay in it. The first one is out of the way. Throw back to first. Back in standing is Lofton. Here you're hoping for a strikeout or an infield pop or double play grounder. The pitch, that's a strike at the knees. Nice frame job by Tyler Baker. No balls and 1 strike. See if the runner takes off from first to place 2 in scoring position. That's on the outside corner. With a fastball, it's 0-2. Landon Brophy's on deck. Romero stretches. Long pause. Steps off. Yeah, he's looking for that strikeout pitch now. Looking for the strikeout pitch ahead in the count. 0-2. Fastball is up and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. No score. First and third, 1 out. Top of the third. Fort Morgan and Riverdale Ridge. The pitch fouled off to the right on that breaking ball. Remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Romero's already thrown 46 pitches, but he's doing his best to economize. And the offering. And the curveball bounces in. Thompson did not go fishing. That's a good pitch. That thing was a strike all the way through. Then it dove out of the zone. 2-2 to Thompson. Left-hander Romero. To the plate. Fastball is high. 3-2. You do set up a bases-loaded situation if you offer a free pass, of which Romero has already walked just 1. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch, runner goes. Swung on and fouled back. Might have gone with a changeup there. He's a good 3-pitch pitcher. I mean, that's why he's pitching so well lately. He's mixing up the pitches, finding his location, forcing these hitters to swing. Thompson awaits, and that one bounces away. That's going to score a run. Baker's got to flip off the mask. That's one thing he doesn't like to do, but you're not going to find that baseball that quickly. As it was up the third base side, the wild pitch scores a run. It's a walk. It's 1-0. Thompson Valley. Yeah, there you're advised. You got to flip off that mask. Very difficult to find the baseball. Landon Brophy hit a fly ball to the center fielder Langford. Romero to the plate. Swung on and popped foul. Not a play. He's getting a lot of pop-ups, but they're all in foul territory. That's how much his ball is moving. No balls and 1 strike. A huge error in this inning has led to the run. Lofton and Thompson on the bases. The offering. Runner going. Swung on and popped foul. Not a play. Went with a breaking ball down and in. Yeah, Lofton had that base stolen. He got a great jump. And now it's 0-2. They got to keep Romero in there as long as possible. to stay in this game. Too good of a pitcher. No balls and 2 strikes. Romero looking back to the plate. Low. 1-2. Very difficult to strike out these Riverdale Ridge hitters. Got to pitch to contact. He's getting ahead of hitters for the most part. Putting them away is a different story. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on, 1 in the pitch. Swung on and lifted into shallow right field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Lopez fields it on 2 hops. He's got to get that ball back in. And there he goes to the cutoff man Diaz, and the bases are loaded. And this is emblematic of Carrera. When he pitched into some bad luck, that ball was not hit hard at all. Here's Caden Trujillo. A ground ball base hit, a dropped fly ball, a potential double play, but it was a 4-6, a walk, and then that little Texas leaguer. The wine and the offering. Fastball is upstairs. This is where the Ravens, the more experienced team, are looking to break this open. This early in the 3rd inning. Trujillo walked his first time up. The pitch, swung on and fouled on a breaking ball in the inner half. How about a nice bouncer back to the mound? Let's start a 1-2-3 to get out of this. 1 ball and 1 strike. You got to make good throws all around. Good throws, simple throws. The pitch, and that is a little bit high on the breaking ball. 2 balls and 1 strike to Caden Trujillo. Romero's 57 pitches in. The pitch, over but low. It's 3-1. Lofton, Thompson, and Brophy, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st. 1-0 Riverdale Ridge. 2-0 Riverdale Ridge. A walk with the bases loaded on a pitch up and away as Lofton steps on home plate. Here comes Josh Langford. You got to keep this close. Fort Morgan does not have the type of offense Riverdale Ridge does. And this is an appropriate visit time-wise. Down 2-0 in the 3rd. Bases loaded and 1 out. And now Romero's starting to hurt himself with those 2 errors. 2 walks, excuse me, but there was an error. Extended conversation right now of I-76 and exit 66A in Wiggins. Gas, food, and all your travel accessories. Stubbs, gas, and oil. With the bases loaded, Tyler Swan grounded back to the mound in his first at bat. That would help right now if he did it again. Fastball for a strike down the middle at the knees, 0-1. Thompson, Brophy, Trujillo, 3rd to 1st for the Ravens. The pitch, breaking ball's a strike. Wow, a generous strike on the outside corner. 0-2. Romero ready. The pitch, swung on, line, off the glove of the second baseman, Franco, on a leap for a base hit. 1-run scores. Brophy around 3rd. Throw to the plate, and that's going to be late. It's a 2-run single by Tyler Swan on an 0-2 pitch. 4-0 Riverdale Ridge in the 3rd. Franco nearly came up with a splendid play. And here's Aiden Carpenter, who grounded to second his first time up. Oh, it did not have any topspin. It just kept ascending on that line drive, courtesy runners at first. Looks like that could be, yep, looks like Jackson Carbajal. Now that ball was hit hard. That was not a good 0-2 pitch. The offering, swing and a miss. One of the few swings and misses by Riverdale Ridge. No balls and 1 strike. Not all of these runs are earned because of the error earlier in the inning. Looking back, the pitch swung on and grounded foul along the third base side. 0-2 to Aiden Carpenter, the 8th hitter of the inning. That's why it's very difficult. When you begin an inning with a walk, you're in trouble as a pitcher, regardless of what happens after. The pitch, fastball is upstairs. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And 4 runs is a lot against Fort Morgan. They've not had too many huge offensive games this year. The pitch, a little bit high in the breaking ball. Well, that was a strike to the previous hitter, but it changes, I guess. From batter to batter, 2-2. Romero stretches. The offering, runners going, swung on line foul off to the right. Well, the risk of doing that is that if you line it to somebody, it's an automatic double play with the runners going with less than 2 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out, and 4 across in the top of the third. 4-0 Riverdale Ridge. Romero just steps off, fakes that throw to second. Baker lays down the sign. Runners take their leads. To the plate. Low. Runner to third. The throw in on a hop, and the ball gets away. Stolen base on both ends. Yeah, a good throw gets him, but it bounced in to Chase Redding. Now it's 3-2. The infield's going to play back. They'll concede a run for an out. 3-2. Swung on, popped up, foul territory, right side. Baker runs out of room. That has been the part of the bad luck Romero's pitched against here, is that he's induced a lot of fly balls, but they're foul balls. They're not makeable plays. It'll be another 3-2 to Aiden Carpenter. Wind and pitch. Swung on and foul. That pitch was well above the letters. This will be the 9th pitch of the sequence. Long half inning for Riverdale Ridge. 3-2. Curveball is grounded towards second. Charging is Franco. He'll glove. He'll throw to first for the out. Scoring is Trujillo. 5-0 Riverdale Ridge. Carbajal to third. But you got the out you needed. Dylan Hudak struck out his first time up. The pitch. Curveball's a strike. 0-1 to the right-handed hitting catcher. Getting a rare start today. The offering. That's on the outside corner with a tailing fastball. It's 0-2. Romero still could have enough in the tank to go 5 innings. Nearly at 75 pitches. Fastball is high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The lefty looks into the right-handed hitter. Gets the sign and the pitch. Swung on and fouled off his left foot. Man, that hurts when it hits you there on the instep. Remains at 1-2 to Dylan Hudak. Romero ready. The pitch. That is a called strike 3. Breaking ball in the outside corner. He strikes out Hudak for the second time in the game. Riverdale Ridge scores 5 runs on 3 hits. 1 big error and nobody left. 1 left. Let's head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Riverdale Ridge 5, Fort Morgan nothing on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's get to the bottom of the third inning. Riverdale Ridge leads Fort Morgan 5-0. Jesus Franco will step in for the Mustangs. They've got one hit. An infield hit from Trey Romero. 5 runs, 4 hits for the Ravens. No runs, 1 hit for Fort Morgan. The pitch, fastball is inside. Only 21 pitches thrown through the first 2 innings by Tyler Swan. The offering, foul to the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike. 5 runs allowed, but only 3 earned by Trey. Swan looks in, and now he steps off. Franco back in the box, and the pitch fouled again to the backstop. Fastball up in the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here to Jesus Franco. 9-1-2. Swung on and popped up foul territory. Third base side, Austin Williams gives chase, and it's behind the dugout. So it stays at 1-2. Yeah, just a very innocent looking rally in the third. You had a walk, an error, which was very costly, and a 4-6 fielder's choice, another ground ball, and things like that happen in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jesus Franco. 5-0 Riverdale Ridge in the third. And the pitch, swing and a miss on a sweeping breaking ball. Franco goes down. 1 down in the third. That's strikeout number 2. Charlie Langford grounded to second his first time up. The pitch, squaring to bunt, and he pops it foul to the backstop. No balls and 1 strike. I mean, the way Swan's pitching, he could go 7 and throw less than 80 pitches. A lot of strikes from this Riverdale Ridge right-hander, but that one is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Slightly windy, but gorgeous day in Fort Morgan. Laying down the sign is Hudak. 1-1. And that hit him. Ooh, got him square in the back. I think Swan wanted to unleash a curveball, and it didn't do anything but hit him. It didn't move at all except right into his back. And you could hear that thud from here. Trey Romero singled an infield base hit. Well, thank goodness he wasn't hit with a fastball. I mean, it hurts enough as it is. Yeah, Charlie trying to walk it off by just swaying his arms. It really affects the entire body. That is not fun. And really, you can't duck out of the way to hit him square in the middle of the back. Romero has Fort Morgan's lone hit. The pitch, swung on and fouled straight back. Challenged him with a fastball down the middle. It's 0-1. 5-0 Riverdale Ridge in the bottom of the third. Throw back to first. Back in diving as Langford will be in Thornton on Thursday, 4 o'clock. Right here on B106. There is a chance of rain, but we'll see what happens there. Swan stretches the pitch. Bounces in, bounces away. Up the first base side. Langford around second. So he's in scoring position off that wild pitch. You know what? A little bit at a time. Score a run, maybe 2 here, and inch a little bit closer, and then Romero's had good stuff. And the offering, down and in. That was nearly another wild pitch. 2-1 to Trey Romero. Langford off of second, hit by a pitch moments ago. And the 2-1. Swung on and lifted into shallow left field, but a play there for Hendrickson to his right now and makes the grab, 2 down. Yeah, on those inside-out swings, it starts to the left and then twists away towards the line to a left fielder. Jason Diaz in a pop-up to the second baseman Trujillo his first time up. The pitch, fastball, is a strike on the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. The offering, swing and a miss on a sweeping curveball. 0-2 to junior Jason Diaz. Langford with a lead, goes to third, swung on, grounded to short, and a routine hop. Then the ball right off the glove of the shortstop, Brophy into left center field. Just didn't look it in on a routine hop, and Langford scores. It's 5-1. No RBI, no base hit for Diaz. I don't know what it is. I mean, that was an easy hop. Diaz reaches. Thought momentarily he had just knocked it down, but no, the ball hit his glove and then spun out into left center. The pitch swung on, grounded left side. This is going to be in the hole. Throw to second. Play is made. Brophy to Trujillo for the force. And that does end the bottom of the third inning. Well, both teams have committed errors which have led to runs. For the Mustangs, they score a run on no base hits. 1 error and 1 left. We'll tell you about another concession stand item when we get to the 4th inning. 5-1, Riverdale Ridge on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. 5-1, Riverdale Ridge as we head to the 4th inning. We already told you about Ring Pops and Laffy Taffies available at the Fort Morgan Baseball concession stand. Also, for $1, Sweet Trail Mix. Snack mix, combination of dried fruit, nuts, and sometimes candy and granola. Sweet Trail Mix at the Fort Morgan Mustang Baseball concession stand. The breaking ball is down and in. 1 ball and no strikes to Hunter Hendrickson. He began the rally in the 3rd with a base hit. The pitch, that's low. So actually it was not a walk, it was a base, but there was a walk in the inning. 2 balls and no strikes, and that was that innocent ground ball that rolled into right field. The pitch, breaking ball's a strike. 2-1. Romero is up to 79 pitches. And the offering, that's low with a changeup. 3 balls and 1 strike. The lefty to the plate, swung on and grounded for a base hit into left field off the glove of the diving Carrera. Yeah, they're hitting a lot of ground balls, but in the right spot. 5 base hits for the Ravens. Austin Williams is grounded to short. He hit that pop-up to Lopez in right, and he dropped it. And that really changed the inning in the 3rd. Snap throw to first, back in standing is Hendrickson. Mustangs have got to keep it right here. Down by 4 in the 4th. Squaring to bunt, and that is a ball. Throw to second, up the second base side. Backed up nicely by Franco. It's a stolen base. 1 ball and no strikes. Hendrickson with a steal. Watch out, because he could bunt again. Or at least square to bunt again. And the pitch. Breaking ball's a strike. 1-1 to Austin Williams. Hendrickson off of second. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a tailing fastball. Oh, and he got him. Oh, the first pitch must have been a strike, but I never saw the signal for a strike on the bunt attempt. So it's a strikeout of Williams. And there's one down. So the first pitch was not a ball, but I never saw the signal for a strike. Well, that's a big strikeout. Here's Elijah Lofton, 0 for 2, a pop out and a fielder's choice. Romero looks back to the plate. In the dirt. Nice block by Baker on the bender. 1 ball and no strikes. Have to get through this inning quickly. If not, you're going to be running out of pitches. You're at 85 already if you're Trey Romero. 1 ball, no strikes. A step off, and that's the other thing. I've mentioned it many times during these broadcasts. You get too distracted by the base runner. It throws your concentration off with the hitter. The pitch. Fastball is upstairs. It's 2-0. Just get the hitters out. The base runners become irrelevant. 2-0. Curveball's a beauty. On the outer half, just above the knees, it's 2-1. We're in the 4th inning. Riverdale Ridge 5, Fort Morgan 1. Romero to the plate. Swung on and grounded a short. Carrera fields it off his glove, picks it up. He's got no throw, and the shortstop position this year has been rough for Fort Morgan. That's an error on Carrera. Runners at first and third, and the Mustangs have committed 2 in the game. Again, nothing tricky about that hop. He's not used to the position, though. Carrera's been playing third this year. But with Keller hurt, Langford in center, Carrera to short. Here's Ty Thompson, singled and walked. Well, that's the other thing, is that the 2 errors have been committed by players who have not had a lot of varsity time at those positions. Scoring a bunt. Upstairs, throw back to third, and nothing doing there. And to second is Lofton. 1 ball and no strikes. The infield is now going to play in. Stretch by Romero. The pitch fouled off to the right. Well, I'm not sure who Coach Langford's going to summon into the game in the 5th inning. It does not look like it'll be Romero. Short on pitches now. The pitch in the dirt with a curveball. 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 out, 2 in scoring position in the 4th inning. 5-1 Riverdale Ridge. The infield is in for the Mustangs. And the pitch. That's a fastball for a strike. 2-2. Romero's looking for his 4th strikeout. 2-2. Swung on and fouled at the plate. Right off the hitter's foot. Remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. It was scoreless after 2 until Riverdale Ridge tallied 5 in the 3rd. Hendrickson and Lofton take their leads. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Thompson strikes out. 2nd strikeout of the inning. 2 down. Landon Brophy has popped to center and singled to right. It's too bad Romero's pitch count is so high. The offering. Breaking ball is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch. That's a fastball for a strike. On the outer half bell tie, it's 1-1. Romero gets a sign. The pitch. Swung on and chopped to short. Carrera has got it. Sets. Throws to first. That's an excellent throw by Jaden Carrera to retire Landon Brophy and Trey Romero and the Mustangs get out of a jam. In the inning, no runs on one hit, a Mustang error and 2 left. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's Fort Morgan trailing Riverdale Ridge 5-1 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Tyler Baker leads off the bottom of the 4th inning. Jaden Carrera, Alan Nevares to follow against right-hander Tyler Swan, who's thrown just 38 pitches thus far. We'll get another concession stand item out of the way. And the pitch is a strike to Tyler Baker, grounded to second. His first time up. No balls and 1 strike. The kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss on a sweeping curveball. 0-2 to Baker, 5, 6, and 7 in the bottom of the 4th inning. The offering. Fastball is way outside. Oh, how about this? Milky Way, a brand of chocolate-covered confectionery bar manufactured and marketed by Mars Inc. I mean, I know what a Milky Way is. The pitch. And that breaking ball is a called strike 3. That's a delayed call. Boy, that's a late call, but Baker is rung up on a 1-2 curveball. Tyler Swan now has 3 strikeouts. Here's Jaden Carrera, who popped to right. There's a U.S. and a global version, 57 grams. 21 of those sugars in the Milky Way bar, made with nougat, topped with caramel and milk chocolate. The pitch, a strike on the fastball to Jaden Carrera. Milky Way is now available at the Fort Morgan Mustang baseball concession stand. And the pitch, fastball is just outside. Took something off at 1-1. 1 out, the base is empty in the bottom of the 4th inning. Riverdale Ridge 5, Fort Morgan 1 in Fort Morgan. And the offering. Breaking ball is down and away. 2-1 to Carrera. Nice read out of the hand. He's got room up the middle. Second baseman Trujillo up to the right side, and that's up and in. Cheating towards first base. It's 3-1. 1 walk issued by Swan. That was on 4 pitches to the on-deck hitter Nevares. Now he's down to Carrera, 3-1. The pitch swung on and fouled back on a pitch up and in. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 5 games remaining after today for the Mustangs. At Riverdale Ridge on Thursday, 2 against Niwot, 2 against Thompson Valley. The pitch, swing and a miss, and a fastball down in the zone. Coming back from a 3-1 count, Swan strikes out Carrera, 2 down. Swan now with 4 strikeouts, and here's Nevares. And this is why Coach Langford is going with 7 underclassmen. See what these guys can do late in the varsity season. Fastball, a strike on the outer half at the knees with a fastball. No balls and 1 strike. Swan trying to mow through this Fort Morgan lineup. Swinging a foul to the backstop. A 2-1 strike-to-ball ratio for Tyler Swan. Yeah, every inning has been pretty quick for this guy. Riverdale Ridge in their baby blue uniforms. The pitch, swing and a miss, and a fastball up and away. And Tyler Swan strikes out the side in order in the 4th. To the 5th in 1 minute. Riverdale Ridge 5, Fort Morgan 1 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. 106. My guess is that since he didn't start, Joseph Layden would be the pitcher coming in for Trey Romero. We'll find out, because Romero is taking the mound for the 5th inning, 97 pitches deep. And you can only go to 110 with a minimum of 3 days rest. You can pitch through 110 if you face a hitter and you're barely under that total. 5-1 Riverdale Ridge. The pitch, breaking ball's a strike down the middle to Caden Trujillo. He's had trouble throwing strikes to Trujillo. Romero has walked him twice. 0-1. Curveball is a strike right there. That was belt high. No balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, he knows he's got to throw a lot of strikes. Here's the wind and the offering. Swung on and popped up. First baseman Diaz along the line, now in foul territory, twisting into fair territory, and the ball drops in, and then Baker picks it up along the line. Holy mahungus. Oh my gosh, that'll be scored an error. I know the wind is kicking up, but it wasn't that bad, and it was right along the first baseline, about 5 feet in front of the bag. Well, no wonder Romero's throwing so many pitches. Third error by the Mustangs. I mean, both teams have to deal with the wind. The pitch, fastball, is a ball? Oh, I don't know where that missed. Sometimes I feel I've never seen a baseball game in my life. 1 ball and no strikes. Swan is up there. And then that ball bounces in, bounces away to the backstop. Wild pitch sends Trujillo to second. Yeah, you know when there's a right-handed hitter up there, those inside-out swings, the ball's going to twist towards foul territory, but you never know what the wind does, and even then, the play was not made, and another mess for the Mustangs. 2-0. In the dirt with a breaking ball, but blocked by Baker. It's 3-0. This is 3 errors in the last 3 innings for Fort Morgan. They don't have enough offense to come back if they commit this many errors. Romero to the plate. That's outside. It's a walk. First and second. Trey Romero has now walked 4 batters in the game. Aiden Carpenter is grounded to second twice. This could be Romero's last hitter. They're checking his pitch count. I've got 104. Courtesy runner at first is Jackson Carbajal. And here is Carpenter, another right-handed hitter. They're all righties for Riverdale Ridge, the stretch. Romero looks back. The pitch, curveball, a strike. Bluffing towards third was Trujillo. It's 0-1. I mean, Riverdale Ridge is good enough at 13-4. You cannot help them out. And so far we have 2 infield errors and an outfield miscue. The offering. Curveball is grounded towards short. Carrera is going to throw the long way to first, and that is in time for the out. The second baseman, Franco, I guess must have been shaded a little bit towards right field because he did not get there for the force, and Carrera only had 1 play. Nonetheless, he made a fine play. Well, you can pitch to this batter if you're Romero. Colton Lancaster will be the pinch hitter. Second and third. Lancaster hitting 167. The infield playing in. And again, only a guess, but I'm thinking Layden is going to be coming in. Would be the most natural choice since he did not start at second today. Wind and offering. Breaking ball is just outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Romero's allowed 5 runs, but only 3 earned in 4 1/3 innings. The offering. That's a strike. Took something off it on the inside corner at the knees. It's 1-1. The inning began with a infield error. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a sweeping curveball. It's 1-2. So this will be his final batter. This is pitch number 110. You can go past 110 with the same hitter. 1-2. Swung on, grounded to third. Off the third baseman, Redding into left field. That scores a run. A 4th there committed by the Mustangs on a ball that was bounced to him, and he did not look it into his glove. He would have had a play at the plate. And here comes Joseph Layden to take over. The Mustangs commit their 2nd error of the inning. It will be scored an RBI because it came with 1 out. And it's now 6-1. We'll take a 1-minute break while Layton warms up for the Mustangs, but another frustrating inning if you're a Fort Morgan fan for sure, even a player. 6-1 Riverdale Ridge in the 5th inning on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Joseph Layton takes over a 1st and 3rd situation, 1 down, 6-1 Riverdale Ridge in the top of the 5th inning. Trey Romero, quite frankly, did pitch very well. 4 errors behind him, including 2 in this inning. There's been at least 1 error in each of the last 3 innings, and 3 of those by infielders. The pitch, that's a fastball for a strike. To the right-handed hitting Hunter Hendrickson, who's got 2 base hits in the game. He had the most success against Romero. Throw back to first, runner trapped between first and second. That's Lancaster. And then Diaz is going to throw to the shortstop Carrera. Back to first, Joseph Layton covering. And then the runner's going to break for home. No throw there. They just tagged the runner out. And scoring is Jackson Carbajal as Franco applies the tag. And there's 2 down. That will go 1, 2, 3, 2, 6, 2, 1, 2, 4. What did I just say? Yeah, 1, 3, 6, 1, 4. Either way, Lancaster is picked off. And 2 down. Hendrickson awaits the 1-0. That's up and in. It's 7-1 Riverdale Ridge, but at least they got an out. The pitch, and that is low. Now the board says 2-1, so they must have indicated one of those as a strike. And the 2-1 pitch swung on and popped up foul territory. That one is out of play. Two balls and 2 strikes. Riverdale Ridge scored 5 runs in the 3rd inning and 2 in the 5th. Hopefully they'll keep them right here at 7-1. Out of the stretch with the bases empty. The pitch, breaking ball is grounded to short. Carrera charges, gloves, throws on the run for the out, and that ends the top of the 5th inning. Riverdale Ridge with 2 runs, no base hits. That's really frustrating. 2 runs, no hits, 2 errors, and the bases were left empty. 4.5 complete in Fort Morgan. Riverdale Ridge 7, Fort Morgan 1 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Riverdale Ridge 7, Fort Morgan 1. As we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, Angel Lopez will lead it off. And he'll be followed by Jesus Franco and Charlie Langford. Tyler Swan has recorded 12 outs on 51 pitches. That's it. The pitch, fastball down the middle for a strike at the knees. Lopez popped to center his first time up, and he gave it a ride before Carpenter chased it down. Getting the sign from Hudak. And the 0-1. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Lots of late bite to that one. It's 0-2. 8, 9, and 1 for the Mustangs in the 5th. The pitch, swinging a foul. And Swan is on a little bit of a roll. He struck out the side in the 4th inning, trying to keep that going. The pitch swung on and grounded right side. Second baseman Trujillo gobbles it up, tosses to first, and Lopez is out number 1. That'll send up Jesus Franco. He struck out swinging in his first plate appearance in the 3rd. The Mustangs' lone run came in the 3rd, an unearned run on Riverdale Ridge's only error of the game. Mustangs have committed 4. Fouled off to the right on a fastball. 7 runs on 5 hits for the Ravens. They've committed 1 error, left 5 on base, a run on 1 hit by Trey Romero, 4 errors, and 3 LOBs for the Mustangs. No balls and 1 strike, right-hander to the plate, and that bounces all the way to the screen. 1-1. 4 o'clock first pitch on Thursday. The Mustangs will look to try and split this series if they cannot come back in this game. And Fort Morgan's had some representative road games this year. They won at Frederick, should have won at Mountain View. Swung on and grounded right up the middle, headed for center field off the second baseman Trujillo's glove. It's a base hit for Jesus Franco. I mean, they could have beaten Northridge. They had the 4-0 lead there. They played a lot of solid games. In fact, they only have 1 win here. Way back in mid-March, about 6 to 7 weeks ago against Brush. The other 3 wins were neutral sites or on the road. Frederick, Vista Peak, Elizabeth. The pitch, fastball's an inside corner strike. Charlie Langford is grounded out and been hit by a pitch. He's 0 for 1. Short lead at first in the offering. Curveball is up and in. 1-1. Riverdale Ridge 7, Fort Morgan 1 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Short lead, a conservative lead for Franco at first. The pitch, down and away with a curveball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Joseph Layden will now be hitting in Romero's position. So they do lose a little bit of offense there. The pitch, swung on and fisted towards second on 1 hop. Trujillo to second for 1. And, yep, he had his foot on the bag. It was nearly thrown wide of the bag. Langford at first, 2 down on the 4-6 fielder's choice. That'll send up Joseph Layden. Layden had a very nice junior year offensively. That was a little bit of a stronger lineup, no doubt. When you're in a lineup like that, it's not a surprise. You get protected more in that lineup and you see more hittable pitches. This year has seen less hittable pitches, and the ones he's seen have been really tough to make solid contact. Throw back to first, back in diving. Is Langford. Layden hitting just 143. Again, throw back to first, and I have no idea why is Swan throwing over there. The guy's up 7-1 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. He's worried about the guy at first. The pitch, fastball is low. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, man, I just wonder that you're just wasting your arm. I mean, I realize Langford's got a sizable lead. The pitch, runner goes, swung on, grounded foul up the first base side. And he's also got a very quick delivery to the plate. That hampers the runner a little bit more. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down, 1 on. 7-1. Riverdale Ridge with a 6-run advantage at the bottom of the 5th inning. Looking for their 14th win of the season. The pitch, breaking ball is down and away. 2-1. Another glorious day in Fort Morgan. Had a rough winter, but now it's, even though the wind kicks up, temperature's warming up. Swung on, grounded right side, could be a base hit. Trujillo to his left, nice play, tosses to first for the out. It did not roll fast enough. Trujillo had to go 4 steps to his left and was able to throw out Langford, and he's made several good plays at second base. And the Mustangs are denied in the bottom of the 5th inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and a base runner left. Let's head to the top of the 6th inning in 1 minute. It is Riverdale Ridge 7, Fort Morgan 1 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with you from Eddie Underwood Field. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Riverdale Ridge leads Fort Morgan 7-1. And for Riverdale Ridge, looks like we will have a pinch hitter. Jaden Villarreal will hit to begin the 6th inning. I've got to say this, being a music station, and I know I was born in the mid-'60s, so I'd be old man talking. The in-stadium music during baseball games is tremendous. It's nearly an AA+. It might even be that great. The pitch swung on and lifted down the left field side. Redding giving chase, and it's a foul ball. The in-stadium music prior to football games, that's a different story. It is not fun to, but then again, it's not about us. It's about the players, and they like that stuff. But the baseball music is great. Breaking ball is upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Let's see what else is available at the Fort Morgan Mustang Baseball Concession Stand. Layden out of the stretch, and the offering. That is on the outside corner, the extreme outside corner, strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Oh, I know what I'm going to talk about here. The pitch swung on and lifted foul, not a play off to the left. Oh, this was one of my daughter's favorites. And they're available at the Fort Morgan concession stand. I will describe it. The pitch, up and away, a multicolored, fruit-flavored, button-shaped candy produced and marketed by the Wrigley Company, a division of Mars Incorporated, in a wide variety of flavors and colors, including sour varieties known as Skittles, now available at the Fort Morgan Mustang Baseball Concession Stand for purchase. Down and in with a pitch. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jaden Villarreal to begin the 6th inning. Riverdale Ridge 7, Fort Morgan 1. Baker lays down the sign and the offering. Not even close, up and away. It's a walk, and that would have been behind a right-handed hitter. That's how badly the pitch was off the zone. And now we have Elijah. Nope, that's another hitter. Yep, Daniel Hudak will now step in. So Coach Garza is clearing the bench a bit. I mean, the game is not decided, but it is a 7-1 lead with 6 outs to go, and you're facing a team that has lost 8 in a row. Although the Mustangs had chances in probably half of those games. The pitch swung on line, base hit into right field by Hudak. To second is Villarreal. And Riverdale Ridge has collected their 6th hit of the game. They've got more runs and hits. Here's another pinch hitter, and Josh Weber. And they've had 2 left-handed pinch hitters in the inning. Well, if they keep hitting, they're going to try to make this a 6-inning game. That's part of the goal, I want to say, that Fort Morgan wants to accomplish in any of these games against top-notch teams. Let's go 7. Don't get beat in 5 or 6 innings, as they did on Saturday, swept in a doubleheader by Roosevelt. 1st and 2nd, nobody out. Layden steps off. Yeah, now you do have to worry about the base runners. You don't want a double steal. Decent speed on the bases. Joseph Layden to the plate. Swing and a miss. On a pitch up and away. No balls and 1 strike. Oh, with the exception of 1 ball, they've hit a few there to Carrera, who's been pretty good at short today. Something to him and maybe a double play. Squaring to bunt. And he bunts it out. First base side, foul. I got shielded by that ball. No balls and 2 strikes. Man, if you bunt that up to third base side, it's an easy base hit. Redding was playing even with a bag. I doubt Weber will be bunting on an 0-2 pitch. And Franco, the second baseman, now playing straight up. He was shaded towards first earlier. The pitch. Curveball is lifted foul, not a play off to the left. Count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Riverdale Ridge leads Fort Morgan 7-1. Jaden Villarreal is at second base. Daniel Hudak at first. The offering up and in with a fastball. Oh, nearly took a shave off that face. That was really close. 1-2. Now, let's see if that's a setup pitch. Stepping off. Yeah, you're not going to record cheap outs against this team. They did get somebody in a rundown, but that still produced a run on the same play. 1-2. Swing and a miss on a fastball as Layden strikes out Josh Weber. 1 out. He just fired it right by him on the outer half. And here is Landon Brophy. Popped to center. Singled to right. Grounded out to short. He's a spray hitter. Layden at the belt. Layden to the plate. Swung on line. Base hit into left center field. That ball's going to roll for a while. Rounding third is Villarreal. He'll score. Here comes Daniel Hudak. He'll hold up at third. It's an RBI double for Landon Brophy on the hardest hit ball of the game. Riverdale Ridge leads 8-1 in the 6th inning. Caden Trujillo's been on base 3 times, 2 walks and an error. So he's 0 for 1 in the game. And the infield will play back. They just want the out. Forget about trying to cut down a run at the plate. You're down by 7 already. Joseph Layden looks in. The offering. Swung on and grounded left side. Carrera deep at short with a long throw to first. That's a great play. The out is recorded. The run scores. And the trail runner to third. 2 down. Jaden Carrera with a strong play at short. 9-1 Riverdale Ridge. Give the RBI to Trujillo. Landon McKenzie will now hit for the first time. Yeah, we've seen signs of the Mustangs being able to play some pretty good defense, but I mean, you look at the errors that have been committed, and really, there hasn't been a tough error assigned. All routine plays. Swung on and fouled off the end of the bat. No balls and 1 strike. Let's check out what McKenzie is doing on the season for Riverdale Ridge. Swung on, fouled off to the right, hitting 150, and he's had 28 plate appearances. That's a fairly big sample size. 0-2. Layden stretches. Layden pitches. Swung on and fisted towards the shortstop and caught on a little flare towards Jaden Carrera. Side retired. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. 5 1/2 innings are in the books. Riverdale Ridge 9, Fort Morgan 1. This is B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We move to the bottom of the 6th inning. Well, let's give this a shot. We do have a few changes. Landon McKenzie, a lefty, is now on the mound. Ty Thompson is now the first baseman. A few other changes there. We'll see if we get them along the way. As we just try to pick out numbers, Jaden Villarreal is now the third baseman. Yeah, Coach Garces made several changes. Here is Jason Diaz, 0 for 2. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a bender in the dirt. No balls and 1 strike. Also available in the Fort Morgan Mustang baseball concession stand. Kit Kat swung on line towards left center field, up base hit off the end of the bat. Then the ball takes a wild hop, but backed up very nicely in left field. Only the 3rd hit of the game for Fort Morgan. Let's get a little bit of history on the Kit Kat. Chase Redding will now be the hitter. You don't miss a pitch even when I'm going through the important stuff here at the ballpark besides the game. The offering, curveball bounces in. A chocolate-covered wafer bar confection created by Roundtrees of York, United Kingdom, and now produced globally by Nestle. The standard bars, the Kit Kats, consist of 2 or 4 pieces composed of 3 layers, swung on and fouled off to the right out of play of wafer, separated and covered by an outer layer of chocolate. Each finger can be snapped from the bar separately. Yeah, you don't have to eat it all together. There are many flavors of Kit Kat, including milk, white, and dark chocolate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kit Kat's now available at the Mustang Baseball concession stand. Swung on and fouled off on a fastball up in the zone. It's 1-2. 9-1 Riverdale Ridge in the bottom of the 6th inning. Redding struck out and grounded into a 6-4 fielder's choice. Digging in is the senior. Throw back to first. Diaz back in there. And I'm wondering, why is McKenzie throwing over there? Again, you're up by 8. Diaz has the lead of, I mean, maybe a foot. I mean, he's so close to the bag. I don't get that. Breaking ball bounces in. I mean, unless that's mandated by the coach. 2-2. But this is a left-hander. He can see the runner. I mean, he might be thinking, well, he's not going to throw to first because I've got a short lead. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The offering. Swung on, line foul down the third base side. A nice swing there by Redding. Just foul. That would have been an easy double. Remains at 2-2. The remaining schedule has Fort Morgan at Riverdale Ridge on Thursday on B106. At Niwot on Saturday morning, 11 o'clock on B106. I'll be with you for the next 5 games, or 4 games, I should say. And then Thompson Valley, the 13th here. Brian Nickel will take you through the final game of the regular season. And that is low with a changeup. 3-2. Wouldn't it be wild if Fort Morgan can score about 5 or 6 runs and really scare Riverdale Ridge? But they've got to be patient at the plate. Maybe draw some walks. This could be one of them. 3-2 pitch. That's in the dirt. That skips away to the screen. But Diaz going to stay at second anyway, even though it is a live ball off the walk. First and second, Tyler Baker will hit. Baker is grounded out and struck out. It's the beauty of baseball, no time limit. Yes, you're down by 8 runs, but it's not like this game is over in 10 or 15 minutes. It's over when 6 more outs are made. Baker awaits the pitch. Swung on, line down the left field line. That is trouble. That's a base hit. The ball's headed for the corner. Diaz is going to round third. He's going to score. Redding's going to step on third. He'll stay right there. It's an RBI double for Tyler Baker. And the Mustangs are back on the board in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 9-2. Little bit at a time. Here is Jaden Carrera. Trying to get the courtesy runner out there for Baker at second. Not sure the courtesy, but there is a courtesy runner. We do know that. Is that Braden Hilser? We'll see. The pitch. The curveball's a beauty for a strike. Carrera popped out to right and struck out. 9-2 Riverdale Ridge, but still nobody out in the bottom of the 6th inning. The left-hander McKenzie to the plate. Swing and a miss. Carrera opened up and he missed it completely. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. McKenzie pitches. Swung on and lifted on the right side of the infield. This will be caught by the first baseman Thompson. 1 out. Runners hold. Here's Alan Nevares. Yeah, let's get these 2 across. Make this 9-4. Make it interesting. And Carrera had to swing at that pitch. He was down 0-2, and it was a beautiful tailing changeup, and he just took a one-handed swing. Swung on line, base hit into left field. That's going to score Redding from third. Another runner being sent home. This is going to be a play at the plate to throw the slide, and out at the plate is Hilser. Gunned down, 7-5-2. It's an RBI single by Nevares. It's 9-3, but there's 2 down. That was a perfect relay. And thrown out. But the Mustangs have a couple of hits in the inning. Angel Lopez is popped out and grounded out. Well, I like the fight Fort Morgan is showing in the bottom of the 6th inning. They're not going away easily. The pitch. Swing and a miss and a curveball in the dirt. No balls and 1 strike. He went chasing there. And again, Fort Morgan will go the distance here playing 7 innings. And I'm not saying that sarcastically. The bottom line is they were blown out so badly on Saturday. They only played 10 innings in 2 games. Fouled straight back. Trey Romero did not pitch badly. Only lasted 4+ innings. About, 4 1/3? We'll get the official number. Let's see. No balls and 2 strikes. Romero went 4 1/3. 7 runs, only 3 earned. And that's what happens when you don't support your pitcher. 0-2 pitch. Swung on and grounded foul towards the Mustang dugout on the third base side. We'll be with you straight up at 4 o'clock on Thursday from Thornton, straight up at 11 a.m. on Saturday from Niwot. Final road game is a week from Thursday at Thompson Valley in 9 days. And the offering, curveball is grounded foul, third base side. Count stays at no balls and 2 strikes to the right fielder Angel Lopez. Riverdale Ridge 9, Fort Morgan 3. Navarez at first, the stretch. Throw back to first. Nothing doing there. Just back in diving is Navarez. 0-2 to Lopez. The stretch. The offering. In the dirt. Nice take by Lopez. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Of the Advanced Agro Solutions post-game show. But not for a little while. We're on the bottom of the 6th inning. Mustangs are down by 6. At the belt, to the plate. Curveball is grounded along the first base side, trickling foul. Right off the end of the bat. Lopez just hanging tough. Let's see if the temperature is held steady here. 71 degrees at first pitch. And now, well, still showing at 71 degrees and about 18-mile-an-hour wind. Here we go. 1 ball, 2 strikes once again to Angel Lopez. Navarez at first. The left-hander Villarreal, or McKenzie to the plate. Fastball is upstairs. Throw back to first, back in diving is Villarreal. Still looking for that cheap out. 2-2 to the Mustang right fielder. Man, the center fielder Carpenter is playing in. That's because the ball is being knocked down by the wind today, not like Saturday when it was flying out. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Hudak on a slow curveball. Lopez strikes out, but the Mustangs do pick up 2 runs on 3 hits in the inning, no errors and a man left. We head to the 7th. Riverdale Ridge 9, Fort Morgan 3 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. 7th inning is upon us. Riverdale Ridge 9, Fort Morgan 3. Joseph Layden came into the game midway through the 5th inning. And he will face another pinch hitter, Dakota Alber. Coach Garza is clearing the bench. Right-handed hitter for the Ravens. The pitch. Fastball is in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. 7, 8, and 9 in the lineup, but you don't know who you're going to get. The offering. That's a strike on the outer half of the fastball. Belt high, it's 1-1. Joseph Layden to the plate. Swung on and fouled off to the right. Mustangs are only being out-hit 7-5, but they're being outscored 9-3, and they've committed 4 errors to 1 for Riverdale Ridge. Swung on and popped foul and out of play. Layden in less than 2 innings has allowed 2 runs. He's getting the ball over. He's doing his job. The pitch, and that nearly hit him. Or did it clip him? Oh, did he swing? Oh my gosh, he tried to get out of the way and he swung, or the ball must have hit part of the bat and right into the glove of Baker. It's a strikeout. And Alber strikes out. I haven't seen that in a long, long time. I mean, he was backing out of the way. He either swung through or part of the ball hit the bat. Either way, it's a strikeout, 1 out. Let's see who this pinch hitter is. The pitch. A strike. That is going to be Dylan Hudak. He struck out twice. They hit for him last time, and now he's back in that spot in the lineup. Hudak has struggled offensively for Riverdale Ridge this season. 0-1. Up and in. A ball and a strike. 9-3 Riverdale Ridge in the top of the 7th inning in Fort Morgan. Stretch by Layden with the bases empty. The offering. Swung on and grounded on 1 hop off of Redding at third. It might have hit his left knee. It had some English. Unfortunately, we have to score that an error. It was right at him, but I think it got him. Oh, I think that might have got him right off the kneecap. And he is down on both knees. And I hate to score an error, but there's no other way to do it. It was hit right at him on 1 bounce. And I think he just misjudged the hop to the point that it ricocheted. They're going to take him out of the game. Or is he going to walk it off? Hopefully he can walk. He's trying to walk it off. Yeah, those things sting for a little while. Then he should be okay. It's just the initial impact. When a ball like that hit off the end of the bat, he might be a little bit tight later on. Let's see what Coach Langford decides to do. I mean, that ricocheted several feet towards the shortstop, Jaden Carrera. I know Redding definitely wants to stay in there. Hunter Hendrickson will not hit in the spots. Another pinch hitter, Jackson Carbajal. Redding will stay in the game. I think he thought it was hit harder than it was, but it took 1 hop and boom. Instead of hitting his glove, it went off his knee. Yeah, ball doesn't deflect like that. Well, I mean, it could go off some flesh, but a wild, wild ricochet. 1 on, 1 out for Jackson Carbajal. The pitch, swing and a miss. Challenged him down the middle with a heater. It's 0-1. 9-3 Riverdale Ridge with a 6-run lead in the 7th. The offering, That's right there. Fastball down the middle. Strike two. This guy's not messing around now. Joseph Layden throws back to first, and back in diving is Hudak. 1 out, 1 on in the 7th. The pitch, up and in. Let's see, Mustang pitchers have combined for 6 strikeouts and 5 walks. 7 strikeouts and 5 walks. Swing and a miss. Carbajal goes down. 2 down for Jaden Villarreal. Walked his first time up. Left-handed hitter for the Ravens. Riverdale Ridge scored 5 runs in the 3rd inning. That's the big one. 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th. The pitch upstairs. The Mustangs with a run in the 3rd and 2 in the 6th inning. 1 ball and no strikes. The stretch and the offering. Swung on and grounded sharply to second. Franco with a nice play to first off the 2-hopper. Retires Jaden Villarreal. Mustangs shake off the only miscue in the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and a man left to the bottom of the 7th in 1 minute. It's Riverdale Ridge 9, Fort Morgan 3 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Right-hander Aiden Carpenter takes the mound for Riverdale Ridge in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Mustangs trail 9-3. It'll be the 9-1 and 2 hitters, Jesus Franco, Charlie Langford, and Joseph Layden. Mustangs mounted a rally at the bottom of the 6th, and they're just looking for some quality at-bats now. It's not about, I mean, you'd love to win the game, but this guy throws hard, and there's a reason he's coming on to close this game. In the bottom of the 7th inning, Aiden Carpenter let's see. Are you kidding me? He's making his first appearance? Well, they have used now 12 different pitchers this season. Carpenter is number 12. Man, the way he was throwing looked like he was a number 2 or 3 on the staff. Franco has struck out in single. We'll see how he does. Building the staff, that's for sure. Carpenter only a sophomore. That's a reason. Can he close it out? That could score some points for him. Right-hander to the plate. Fastball, a strike on the outside corner at the knees. To Jesus Franco. 1 for 2 in the game. Laying down the sign is Hudak. The pitch. Fastball is a strike. Same spot, it's 0-2. Yeah, we might not see too many breaking balls from a guy making his debut this season. The pitch, way outside. You can frame that all you want. That's called a strike. Coach Langford would have gone crazy. 1-2 to Jesus Franco. Aiden Carpenter, the right-hander, to the plate. Curveball is grounded foul. Stays at 1-2. Franco's played some pretty decent second base today. Only infielder that has not had an error. Has made a couple of plays. The pitch, and that one bounces away. 2-2 to Jesus Franco. Laying down the sign is Hudak. The pitch, swung on and grounded foul. Threw him a breaking ball again. Yep, he's not going down easy. Not at all. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Jesus Franco. The pitch swung on and lifted in the infield. The second baseman ranging in, and the catch is made. Let's see if that was, I don't know if that was Trujillo. Yep, he's still in there. 1 down. Charlie Langford is 0 for 2. Ground out, a hit by pitch, and a fielder's choice. Charlie steps in. Langford digging in. The offering. Fastball, a strike. On the outside edge. No balls and 1 strike. Laying down the sign is Hudak. And the pitch in the dirt. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. The offering. Curveball is up and in, 2-1. Straight up at 6 o'clock, this is Morgan County's B106 KPRB, Brushfort, Morgan. 2-1 to Charlie Langford. The pitch swung on and fouled off to the right. 2-2 to Charlie Langford. 1 out and the base is empty, bottom of the 7th inning. Riverdale Ridge leads Fort Morgan 9-3. To the plate, breaking ball down and away from Carpenter. It's 3-2. You can hear Coach Langford battle, battle, battle. He wants that with every hitter. Don't make it easy. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, chopped over the mound towards center field. Nice play behind the bag. Throw to first is in time. That's a bullet thrown by Landon Brophy. Man, oh man, behind the bag, and that's the reason he's playing short. 2 down. Joseph Layden grounded out in his first plate appearance. One thing is to make that play. The other thing is to make that throw, and he did both. The pitch, fastball, is in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes to Joseph Layden. The pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball. The count levels at 1-1. The right-hander, Aiden Carpenter, turns and fires. Fouled straight back. One ball and 2 strikes. Layden awaiting. The pitch. Fouled off to the right. Staying alive on the 1-2. We'll keep it right here for the postgame show. Remains at 1-2 to Joseph Layden. The offering in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Digging in. The pitch. Swung on and lined up the middle for a base hit into right center. Joseph Layden keeps the game going. And Fort Morgan is only being out-hit 7-6, yet they trail 9-3. It'll bring up Braden Hilser. He was a pinch runner thrown out at the plate. Walker Martin had 3 home runs against Brush today as Eaton beat Brush 13-3. Fastball is up and in, 1 ball and no strikes. Now, nobody's going to touch Eaton in 3A. It's almost boring for them. They're too good. It's a matter of who they're going to play in the state championship game. 4A is a lot more open. They could win 4A. They're 18-0 after their victory over Brush. The pitch. Fastball is upstairs to Braden Hilser. It's 2-0. Fort Morgan down 9-3 in the bottom of the 7th inning, with 2 outs and a man aboard. 2 balls, no strikes, throw to first. Why? I mean, it would be a crazy way to end the game. 2-0, not even close, very high, throw back to first. They're just wasting throws instead of actually working on the hitter. 3-0. On deck is Chase Redding. The stretch, the pitch, down the middle for a strike to Braden Hilser, 3-1. Mustangs defeated Riverdale Ridge each of the last couple of seasons. I think those are the only meetings they've had. The pitch, swinging a foul tip into the glove of Hudak. This would be the first. Stands corrected. This would be the first victory ever by Riverdale Ridge over Fort Morgan in baseball. 3-2. Runner will go. There he goes. Swung on and fouled off to the right. Is it in play? Nope. Down the right side. It twisted foul so badly. The right fielder's body language almost indicated he had a shot, but he had no shot. 3-2 to Braden Hilser with 2 down in the bottom of the 7th inning. Off of first is Joseph Layden. The pitch, swung on and fouled back. Man, he's battling. I like the way the Mustangs have played baseball the last couple of innings. They are just not going home here. They're doing everything they can to extend the game. They know they have lost the game, but they're doing everything to extend it. 3-2. Hilser awaits, short lead at first. The pitch, that is a called strike 3 fastball at the knees. And the game is over as Hilser strikes out. The postgame show is brought to you by Advanced Agri Solutions. Get a full plan of seed, food, and water for your field. Now is the time to begin your planning for next year's growing season. Call Dusty or Roxy, 970-571-2024. Riverdale Ridge defeats Fort Morgan 9-3. 9 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, 7 left on base. 3 runs, 6 hits, 5 errors for the Mustangs. 6 left on base. The winning pitcher was Tyler Swan. The loss in this game went to the starter Trey Romero, but he allowed only 3 runs of his 7 that were earned. Time of the game, 2 hours and 5 minutes. And Riverdale Ridge jumped on the Mustangs for 5 runs in the 3rd inning as they scored on a wild pitch, a bases loaded walk to Caden Trujillo. Tyler Swan then had a 2-run single for a 4-0 lead. It was 5-0 on an RBI ground out from Aiden Carpenter. Mustangs came back with an unearned run in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Riverdale Ridge, though, tallied 2 in the 5th inning as a couple of errors hurt Fort Morgan there. Charlie Langford then reached on an error in the bottom of the 5th inning, but the Mustangs could not score in that frame. Riverdale Ridge then extended the lead. Landon Brophy with an RBI double. Caden Trujillo with an RBI groundout. Then the Mustangs got 2 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Tyler Baker with a run-scoring double. Alan Nevades with an RBI single. The Mustangs have lost 9 in a row. They're 1-12 in league play, 4-14 overall. Riverdale Ridge 9-4 in league play and 14-4 in the season. Next up for the Mustangs, they're back in action on Thursday in Thornton against Riverdale Ridge. And first pitch is coming up at 4 o'clock on B106. I'm John Beltran. The final score from Legion Field. Riverdale Ridge 9, Fort Morgan 3 on B106 and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.